Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And the G4TV situation continues to be the train wreck you can't look away from.
Right. We said he wouldn't do something else unless something happened.
Well, this is something, because Frosk has apparently deleted all of her tweets. Now, she has put a couple of tweets up since deleting everything on her account, but it's really interesting, and it does kind of reaffirm the rumor that we had heard that people at NBC Universal were not happy with the behavior of the hosts, G4TV. So we're going to do a quick video talking about this because this is a very interesting turn of events.
Yes.
Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants. Guys, over 255,000 subs. Thank you so much for the support. We do talk about the video game industry somewhat. We do have a gaming channel, actually. If you've got the Clownfish Studios, you can watch Clownfish Gaming. And man, we've really been ramping up the gaming content over there. Weirdly enough, our channel gets more views than G4TV, which is not good for the amount of money that they've dumped into it.
But to be fair, they're mostly on Twitch. We're not. Even
Twitch. Now, I've heard, since we put the video up yesterday, that, oh my God, this is it. This is right.
173?
Holy shit, this is it?
Never mind, I take it back.
Never mind. We had heard from some people that looked into it a little bit more that apparently the Twitch was being inflated. I don't know. I can't vouch for that. We don't even use Twitch. We think Twitch is a dumpster fire. But I know they were doing the D&D stuff over there, which is naturally going to bring a larger audience.
And those kind of people.
Not good. They are picking up subs, but yeah, not good. Just all the way around. If this is their primary platform, you know. Anyway, Frosk. Just to tell you briefly, for those of you who have been living under a rock, G4TV came back. It came back in zombified form. We have Adam Sessler. We have Foreskin here, who proceeded to lecture the audience on, you know, the talking points of 2016, toxic men, I'm not bangable.
We're going for Gamergate 2.0.
Pretty much. And it did not go well, to put it lightly.
Here's the thing. When G4 cultivated an audience where they really catered to male gamers to begin with.
Yes,
and then they go away and they come back and everybody's excited, and it was a complete opportunity that if you want to see change, there's different things you could do, positive ways to try to enact change and do it in a way that, you know, hey, you're all back. Here's we're going to have some new things and we're going to try to present it in this way to try to make it better for everyone. But instead, it was met with, here we're going to unload on all the fans about why you're shitty people. Which, even there were some points I agreed with, the way it was handled was so terrible that it was immediately going to turn everybody off.
Yeah. Now, Adam Sessler was out there on Twitter, but he was on Twitter venting about Trump and Trumpism and all that. That's on a different platform. In this case, with Frosk, she was in your face telling the fans they're awful, basically, because they're probably like, hey, where's Olivia Munn? They were apparently muting comments on this stream, and it was chaos. It was chaos. We didn't cover the blow by blow because we're like, what the fuck? Let it die on the vine.
Yeah, we weren't going to do anything else about it, but then this happened, and we're like, are you kidding me? So after all that, then people covered it, and she got mad.
She got mad, and then she actually put a challenge out there. She basically said, hey, you shitty YouTubers, contact my agent to get me on your show, and we'll have a discussion.
I'll only go to the biggest ones.
I'll only go to the biggest ones. And people were pointing out that there were some people that took her up on her offer. I think Yellow Flash did, Vito here did, and apparently the email she gave out was bogus.
Now, I will say people were like, well, the whole agent thing, like how arrogant and everything else. Thing is, if you have an agent, sometimes, depending on the contract, you do have to run everything through an agent. So it could have been contractually obligated to do so.
Yeah, and we can tell you as people that have had agents that, yeah, sometimes you are actually contractually obligated to run everything through the agent or the PR firm or whatever, especially if it's a public speaking thing.
But this also could be puffery, which I think it leans more towards the puffery.
It did. The way she did it was kind of like, talk to my agent.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, it was very like, I will. It was, to me, here's what got me. I'm going to shit on people. Then they're going to get mad. And then I'm going to make them beg for me to come on to their show for the honor of me being there to treat them badly again and try to talk down to them as they try to correct me on my position. That's what I came across as. That's why we're like, hell to the no, we don't even want you on our channel.
Yeah, we obviously did not take her up on her offer. I'm not
begging for you to come to my channel after you acted that way.
It's like, we very seldom do interviews on the channel. And even then, it's got to be someone that aligns with the stuff we talk about. Usually someone we can vouch for, and usually somebody notable. And I'm sorry, you strike out.
Yeah,
you strike out in all 3 counts.
And they continue to stay relevant and be like, oh my God, talk about me. She then turned around and deleted all her tweets.
Yeah, so this is just freaking weird. I mean, she is just imploding, and that's what we're talking about here is like, there's a right way and a wrong way. There's a right way and a wrong way to do this. And G4 came back and immediately rolled the clock back to 2016 and was like all the Gamergate talking points, all the shit that we've been talking about. The media has been trying to kick this shit up again. And they went in hard. Now, again, we had heard back channel.
Yeah, we had heard from people that would know.
It came to us and we're like, hey, Universal, not real happy because they sunk millions of dollars into G4, bringing this brand back because they want to get in on the esports action.
There were so many other places they could have sunk money into that would have been a much better option, to build up and work with than G4.
Yeah. So anyway, after all this, after she throws down the gauntlet, and again, if it were me, you're allowed to have your opinions, right? I would say if you're representing the company, that you rein it in, especially if we're trying to build an audience and not fucking lose thousands of people, with these pathetic views for a channel that's got almost 500,000 subs. I would say you rein it in. And I think somebody else told her to rein it in because she deleted all of her tweets, like everything. And then she started over again.
People probably have copies of them all.
I'm sure people do. I mean, look, I think it's kind of shitty to go through people's timelines and try to find a gotcha moment because this is how people get
canceled. Because that's how people on Twitter behave all the time. Like, if you complain about the far extremists on Twitter, that's the kind of stuff they do.
But like a day or two ago, she is literally throwing down the gauntlet, telling people to come at her.
She should have just stopped. She's like, I said my piece, I'm done. Let's just move on and cover what we're supposed to cover. Or been like, okay, maybe I went too far. I'm sorry. But I still stand by the point that I'm sorry I'm not as pretty to some of these people as other people. That doesn't mean I can't game. Let's move on. There's things that could have been done to handle it in a much better way. But then come at me, bro.
Yeah, that was like if I were her agent, if I were her boss, I'd be like, what the actual fuck are you doing? Like we're trying to get this thing off the ground
and under control.
And you're throwing kerosene on the fire. And we have seen this time and time again from a lot of these, social media personalities associated with brands.
Well, look at the brand too. The tension isn't on the brand. The tension's on her.
Which might have been the point. I mean, we talked about this in the other video, that this whole thing feels like one elaborate PR stunt to get her attention. Not to put it, because nobody else is talking about G4.
Right around the time they're trying to do Gamergate movie and everything else. Yeah. And we've been telling you they're gunning for Gamergate 2.0. That's what they're trying to accomplish.
So she cleaned out her socials. Why would she do that? I'm just saying, why would she do it? Got several messages asking if I was hacked. All's well. Just hacked close to forever and decided on a spring clean. Now?
Yeah, right. Right when after all the tweets where you put out the challenges to everyone and said, talk to my agent, I'm only talking to the biggest channels. All those tweets got deleted.
Yeah, poop jokes are returning. And then she's just putting positive stuff. Look,
she never did give the right email. Somebody else did. Somebody else found the right email and they probably flooded her agent with if it was her actual agent, with the right email, but the email she gave was never the right one to begin with, which if it could be a mistake, but it looks really bad. And then to follow up with deleting all of that.
It's weird. I mean, UTA, I know for a fact they do represent, they don't represent us, but they do represent a lot of, online personalities. So it's very plausible that she actually is with them. That being said, I can tell you agents and agencies don't appreciate drama like this because it takes away from your marketability. Unless she has an agent or a PR person that's like, stir up as much shit as possible, because you're gonna, this is a dumpster fire. You're gonna come out of this smelling like a rose. You're gonna move on to bigger, better things.
You just yell, "I'm a woman," and call it, and then deflect.
I don't think it works anymore.
No, that's just it. We've been telling people it doesn't work anymore. No. The vast majority of people are just like, we don't care anymore. You can call us bad people. You can call us istophobes all you want. We know it's not true. We're not going to fall for that whole "you're going to guilt us into compliance" bullshit.
Well, look at what happened with some of the Gamergate related personalities. They've pretty much fallen into obscurity. They had a boost for a while. They got, book deals and all this other shit.
Yeah, well, some of all these prominent, people that were screaming the most fell upward.
Some of them did.
That's what she's hoping for. I don't know.
To fail upwards, yeah. She'll wind up with her own channel, her own show, her own something.
Or maybe she's just really sincerely just got read the riot act, and she's just like, okay, we're just gonna stop talking about it. I'm deleting all of it, and I'm just gonna step over it and just keep going on. And it could just be a simple matter of shut up, stop talking about it. And she's gonna try to do that and just move on.
I am inclined to think, given what we have heard, that she is being told to shut the hell up. I mean, again, you can have your opinions, and at least in the case of Adam Sessler, he didn't, as far as I know, drag a lot of his anti-Trump junk out onto the show. He kept it on Twitter.
Yeah, but it still doesn't help. I mean,
it doesn't help.
You really need to stop talking about politics all the time.
Yeah, I mean, and look, people are allowed to have their opinion. I don't want to tell people they can't have an opinion.
No, you can totally have an opinion.
But I think when the company you're working for has social media policies in play and they're trying to appeal to the largest possible audience, you do have to think about, it's not just you. If it was your personal Twitch and your personal social media brand, that's one thing. But the fact that you have become the face of G4, which NBC Universal has dumped millions of dollars into, you really got to think about what the fuck you say. Mm-hmm. And you're having the opposite effect on them trying to grow.
Yeah.
But I think she probably was read the riot act. Very interesting development.
But it's funny. All these people start taking her up on this, find the actual contact email, and then all of a sudden all her tweets go down.
Yep.
I mean, it's weird.
Just cleaning house, guys. Nothing to see here. So I don't think she's gonna try to bait these YouTubers. I think that's off the table at this point. I think they're probably telling her, do not engage, do not talk to these people. Also
notice they keep promoting the Twitch streams. The YouTube's there too, but Twitch is up there first.
Well, Twitch isn't doing too hot either. I mean,
it's barely twitching.
It's dead on arrival. G4 is dead. G4 died years ago. Actually, G4 hasn't been G4 since before it went off the air. It's been a long, long time since it's been relevant. It is a dead brand. I mean, honestly, if she keeps her mouth shut and the hosts keep their mouth shut and they just focus on putting out a good show, they might, be able to. I was going to say bring it out of a tailspin, but at least minimize the damage. But right now, the only thing people are talking about in regards to G4, because it was actually back for a few months before anybody gave a shit.
I mean, that's why they did it.
I still think it's a PR stunt. I think the whole thing, because look, we know of some people working in comics that use the same tactics to get themselves attention, because some PR firms believe that any attention is good attention, even if it's negative attention. The whole thing could just be one big PR stunt that backfired colossally, but the damage is done. Now you're gonna have to put up or shut up. But there are individual YouTubers out there that make your corporate-backed multi-million-dollar operation look pathetic. Pathetic. Anyway, gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.